So you're looking for the right dog trainer here in Easton, Maryland. It can feel like a big job, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down for you. Our whole goal is to help you and your dog get out there and confidently enjoy everything this beautiful town has to offer, together. Just picture it for a second. You're walking down the rails to trails path. Your dog is trotting right beside you, totally relaxed and paying attention, not yanking on the leash or lunging at everything that moves. That's not just some fantasy. It's exactly what good, consistent training can make happen. So, here's what we're going to cover. First, training for the Easton lifestyle. Then, what to look for in a great trainer. We'll get into the costs, the questions you absolutely have to ask, and finally, the local rules and resources that will help you put it all into practice. All right, let's get into our first section, training for life in Easton. Because having a well-behaved dog here isn't just about sit and stay, it's really about being a great part of the community. Think about the real-life situations you and your dog face here. You want to be able to walk past an outdoor cafe on Washington Street without your dog causing a commotion, or navigate the crowds at the Waterfowl Festival without any stress. You want to be able to relax at Idlewild Park. A trainer who understands these local spots can help you prepare your dog for life as it actually happens here. Okay, moving on. Now that we know why training is so valuable here, let's talk about what actually makes a great trainer. It really boils down to two things: their training philosophy and whether they have the credentials to back it up. You know, the cornerstone of modern, effective dog training is something called positive reinforcement. It's all about rewarding the behaviors you want to see more of, using things like treats, toys, or just praise. This approach doesn't just teach your dog what to do, it also builds a much stronger, more trusting bond between the two of you. So you're going to see a lot of letters after some trainers' names. What do they all mean? Well, think of them as proof that they take their profession seriously. Certifications like CPD-TKA or KPA-CTP show that a trainer has passed some tough exams and is committed to staying current. And if you're dealing with more complex issues, say serious fear or aggression, you might want to look for advanced credentials like a CDBC. It's your way of knowing you're working with a real pro. And this really sums it up perfectly. When you choose a trainer who uses humane, positive methods, it's not only better for your dog, it's better for the whole community. In a town like Easton, where you're always running into your neighbors, having a well-behaved, happy dog is just part of being a good neighbor. Okay, let's get into the practical side of things. It's time to talk about what you can expect to invest, both in terms of money and the type of training program that's going to be the best fit for you and your dog. This chart gives you a pretty solid idea of the average cost for training right here in the Easton and Talbot County area. You can see a 6-week group class might be in the couple $100 range, while a one-on-one private lesson is usually priced by the hour. You'll also notice that package deals, like for several in-home sessions or a big program like a board and train, often give you a better value for each session. So which way should you go? Well, group classes are fantastic for practicing around other dogs and people, and they're definitely easier on the wallet. On the other hand, private sessions are completely customized to you and are perfect for tackling those issues that only seem to happen at home, like your dog going crazy when the doorbell rings. All right, this next part is really, really important. We're going to arm you with the right questions to ask any trainer you're considering. That first conversation is your best opportunity to make a great decision. Okay, so you're on the phone or meeting with them for the first time. What do you need to ask? Let's go over the must-haves.
These are the big ones. You're listening for them to talk about positive reinforcement, you want to hear about their certifications, and asking how they'll tailor a plan specifically for your life in Easton is a great test to see if they really get it. You just want to make sure their answers line up with what we've been talking about, so you know you're hiring someone who's professional, honest, and the right fit for your dog.
And now for our last section. Let's bring it all together and talk about Easton's local rules and, more importantly, the best places around town to practice your dog's awesome new skills. Every dog owner in Easton really needs to know these basics. The biggest one, of course, is the leash law. Leashes are required everywhere in public. Your dog also has to have a current rabies tag on their collar. That's state law. And it's helpful to know that while Maryland doesn't license individual trainers, any facility that boards dogs does need a kennel license. So once you start training, where do you go to practice? Well, the Easton Dog Park is the perfect place to safely work on that off-leash recall.
The Rails to Trails path is basically your real-world classroom for practicing loose-leash walking. And the trails out at Pickering Creek are fantastic for teaching your dog to stay focused around all sorts of new sights and smells.
We really wish you the best on your training journey. Investing in a great trainer does so much more than just solve a few problems. A well-trained companion just opens up your world. It means having friends over without worry, enjoying a peaceful afternoon downtown, and just building a more joyful, less stressful life together here in Easton.